Hit that like button, share this video, and let's get to this live, y'all. Now, we got CNN. Want to go to the updates of CNN News on after cutting food stamps, the Trump administration in government annual reports on hunger and Americans. Washington, the Trump administration is ending the federal government annual reports on hunger in Americans, stating that they have become overlying political lies with inaccuracies. The decision comes 2.5 months after President Donald Trump has signed the legislation sharply reducing food aid to the poor. The Congressional Budget Office have estimated that the tax spending cut bill Republicans muscled through Congress in July means 3 million people would not qualify for food stamps, also known as stamps benefits. So it says in the CN report, the decision to straight the U.S. Department of Agriculture Household Food Security report was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. It says in a press release Saturday, it says reports to release October 22nd will be the last. So it says according to reports, the questions used to collect the data are entirely subjective and do not present an accurate picture of the actual food security. The USDA says the data inaccuracy slanted to create a narrative that is not representative of what is actually happening in the countryside, as we are currently experiencing low poverty rates, increasing wages, and job growth under the Trump administration. So now, critics was quick to accuse the administration of desperately making it harder to measure hunger and assess the impact of its cut to food stamps. Trump is counseling an annual government survey that measures hungers in America rather than allowing it to show hunger, increasing under his tenure. Bobby, a senior director of federal budget policies at the left-leaning Center for American Progress, says on social media this followed the playbook of many non-democrats that counsel or manipulate reports that would otherwise show less than perfect news. So we are seeing a mass of cuts that's going on in the Trump administration, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Big shout out to you guys. Make sure you guys come in here, share this video, hit that like button, and we're gonna get started, man. As we see, Trump is making it hard for many millions of Americans. Be expecting these cuts to come, you guys. Any matter of time, y'all. So get your house. You might want to get the house in order, get everything in order because we are seeing a mass of cuts, y'all. So let's get to it. Let's roll this video. Get this show on the way. Hit that like button for me, and let's get started.
We have 53 Republicans total, and we need 60 votes. That means we need Democrat votes. I want to thank Senator John Fetterman, who wants to keep the country open. We're doing so well as a country. We're doing probably better than ever before. If you look at the stock market and other indicators, we have tremendous investment coming in, record investment coming. Everything's going well, but the Democrats are unhappy about that because they don't want it to go well. I think they actually dislike our country greatly. So they want to shut down the country. They want to have open borders. They want to stop the fighting of crime, where we've been very successful at the D.C., as you know. Washington, D.C. is it's a hot place right now. Everyone's having dinners. They're going out all over. There's very little crime. They haven't seen numbers like this in many, many years. And other places, as you know, we're going into Memphis. We'll soon be going into Chicago. We've already had people out there and in there, and FBI's been there to bring the numbers down. But we're going to be bringing them down a whole lot. But I guess they want crime and we fight crime, and it's a pretty big difference. They want to have men playing women's sports. They want transgender for everybody. And if they don't get everything that they want, all these things that they want that are proven so badly, they want to close our government down. We're not going to let bad things happen to our country.
Now, some reason found the government are going to force them to shut down for some reason. The way I see it, y'all. And the whole reason why I feel the government going to shut down because they voting, y'all. Both parties, Republican, Democrat, are voting on these Epstein files. They want the Epstein list. So I think that's going to be one of the main reasons the government going to be forced to shut down. We're going to overall look at Trump approval ratings. When we look at jobs, unemployment rate. This going to be a thing going into 2026, y'all. When we look at the Trump administration, y'all, this campaign, it's not going to look good, y'all, for Trump going in 2026 because of his approval rating is real low, and we have a high, rate of unemployment. A lot of people that's probably, getting unemployed. So we gotta fix the unemployment rate. It's not looking good, y'all. Especially when we get ready to go into 2026, y'all. So you guys, it says the Trump administration is ending these federal government annual reports and Hunger in America, saying it had become overly politicalized. So let's roll this clip, you guys. Share this video and let's go.
Things that we should be improving. Just today, the House Democrats voted against condemning the political assassination of Charlie Kirk. Who could vote against that? Condemning all this, saying, please condemn the assassination of a human being. And they said, no, we're not going to do that. Remember this, we had an election very short time ago. Republicans won presidential. We won the popular vote by a lot. We won all 7 swing states. We won the electoral college by a lot. We won most U.S. counties in a total landslide. So we won most. It's a very big statistic. We won the counties in a number that I don't believe has been hit before. 2,600 counties versus 525 counties for the Democrats. So the Democrats really should start respecting what takes place in the voter booth. In many cases, it's not a voter booth because they have mail-in voting, which is a very corrupt situation. But despite that, we won in a landslide. And we have to remember, when you win the election, elections have consequences. So we'll continue to talk to the Democrats, but I think you could very well end up with a closed country for a period of time, and we'll take care of the military, we'll take care of Social Security, we'll take care of the things that we have to take care of. A lot of the things that Democrats fight for, which in many cases aren't very good things, will not be able to be paid. So we'll watch and see how they do with that. They'll have to handle their constituents pretty carefully. So we're proud to announce that we won the House. We did fine in the Senate, but we need 60 votes. So we have 53 senators, and we need 60 votes. That means the Democrats have to vote in the Senate, and I don't think they will be voting. Now, what we are doing, we're really here today to talk about something else, which is the gold card, which is going to bring a lot of money into our country, which is going to reduce taxes and lots of other good things, but we'll save that for a little bit later. Why don't we do this first, and then we'll talk about the gold card.
Okay, according to CNN, it says since his return to office, President Donald Trump has wasted no time in reshaping the look and feel of the White House. Trump tastes, according to report, an unmistakable and overall office with golden assets now decorate the nation's most ironic workspace, a reflection of his personal styles. Now, in March, Trump told Fox News host that Laura Ingraham during a tour of the Oval Office that the room needed a little life when asked about the gold details. Throughout the years, people have tried to come up with a golden paint that would look like gold. They've never been able to do it. And Trump told Ingram, "You've never been able to match gold with gold paint. That's why it's gold." Trump added, the gold addition throughout the Oval Office was full display on August 18th when the global leader met with Trump to discuss a path to end the Russia war in Ukraine. You guys, I just want to look at this thing. They want to do the White House all over again. They want to, you know what I mean, decorate with gold. They want to put this Trump, you know what I mean, pictures and things like that. I mean, y'all, this going to be really some kind of masonry satanic that you're going to see in this Oval Office. How they going to reshape things, y'all. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, Trump is trying to discuss how they can finally end this war with Russia and Ukraine, which is not going to happen because is we going into a bursting point. Things is likely to feud, and I've been saying with NATO and Russia, this Cold War with America and Russia, we are seeing a very uptick that's going to happen, y'all. Cold War, which America came to war at this time. So, looking at all this, y'all, there's still this Cold War that America and Russia, this cold collision that America and Russia will eventually have to settle. So, it's not looking good, man. In this year, into next year, you know, I believe sometime the feud between America and Russia is going to really intense this amount of time. So, let's play this video, man. See what Trump's saying here, y'all.
Any questions? Yeah. I had a great call with President Xi, and as you know, he approved the TikTok deal, and we're in the process. We have some great investors, some of the biggest in the world, American investors, great people, and we look forward to getting that deal closed. Well, I think so. When you say fully approved, I don't know what that means. We have to get it signed. I guess it could be a formality. I found his word to be very good. President Xi and I had a long talk. We talked for almost 2 hours, and it started at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I think it was a very good talk. We talked about trade. We talked about war. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about Russia, Ukraine, obviously, and Gaza. Talk about a lot of subjects. It was a long call. It was a good call. We have a very good relationship. But the TikTok deal is well on its way, as you know. But the investors are getting ready. And I think China wanted to see it stay open too. They wanted to see it. And I can tell you the young people in our country wanted to see it stay open very badly because, and if you take a look at my numbers, no Republican has ever done anything like we did. We got massive numbers of youth vote, and by the way, helped very much by Charlie Kirk. So Charlie was very much in favor of TikTok. He liked TikTok. And he said, you know, you should use it. And other people said that too, and I used it. And I don't know, I think I set records. I looked at numbers that are phenomenal. We'll pass them out to you. And it had probably a pretty big effect on the election, because we won the election by a lot. So we are in a situation where in a little while, meaning a number of days, we will probably, I don't know if you can make a deal with these people. I think these people are crazy. You know, again, anybody wants open borders and don't want to fight, they don't want to fight crime. They hate to fight crime. And in Chicago, last weekend you had 11 people killed, murdered, and you had 28 shot. And those numbers have been pretty consistent all throughout that period of time. Whether it was 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, 11 people, 12 people killed, murdered. And they don't want to spend money to fight crime. And it's not even much money, relatively speaking. It's very little. But we're going there anyway. It doesn't make any.
Look, y'all gotta think about what's going on in Chicago, y'all. Crime in Chicago is up because, they have a less ATF. The city mayor in Chicago, I believe the mayor is named Brandon, is concerned because, he's working on the police officers and the special ATF, you know what I mean? And when crime is high, in Chicago, there's a problem, y'all. There's a problem why, you see Trump is, is, replicate task force, extra, it shows extra national guards is showing how Trump's going to send extra task force, CIA, and Homeland Security and prosecutors in these states. Want to say this to you because the mayor is addressing how they have a lack of ATF in the city to comply with police officers. You know what I mean? So right now, Chicago is a city where Trump is focused on sending heavy military, man, because you see crime, man, and they see. Here's the thing: they haven't found a solution to stop these crimes that's happening in Chicago. You know what I mean? We look at Chicago. Chicago is like right next to. Well, I think Memphis is like the highest crimes. You know what I mean? It's got to be out of Memphis, Chicago, but those is the city that where Trump is going to send heavy military. And you guys say Los Angeles one, so I'm quite sure he's occupying heavy military. So this the other day, y'all, ICE agent was brutally murdered, and it's going crazy. It's going crazy, y'all. So I won't put nothing past it, fam. That if the government forces it to be shut down, it's because Trump is going to really, really look at things, y'all. You know what I mean? And I won't be surprised if we see a nationwide crackdown. Because at some point they got to reset. They got to hit that reset button, y'all. They got to reset things up. Let's go.
We're going to Chicago, we're going to Memphis next, and we're going to clean up the crime in the cities because we have to do that, okay?
With this deal today, are you confident that the CCP will be exerting control
Yeah,
over TikTok?
we're going to have a very, very tight control. And it's an amazing thing that's been created. There's tremendous value with TikTok. And I'm a little prejudiced because I frankly did so well on it. It got me numbers that nobody's ever even heard of before. So a lot of people want it. The young people of this country want it badly. The parents of those young people want it badly. And so we were able to work out a deal with China. And it's a very good deal for us. I hope it's a good deal
Would you accept a deal where China controls the algorithm of TikTok?
Well, it's all being worked out. We're gonna have very good control. We have American, these are American investors, all of them. And they all love our country. They're all very well known people, very famous people actually, financially. And they'll have control of it. I want to say I want to thank President Xi because he was a gentleman. And we've just had a good relationship, and we wanted people, a lot of people in this country wanted to be open. If it weren't open, maybe, I don't know, I think we won by so much it wouldn't have mattered, but we got a lot of votes. We got a lot of Republican votes from very young people. Go ahead, Jeff.
So the Russian jets entered Estonia's airspace today for 12 minutes. Do you see that as a threat?
Yeah, don't worry, man. I seen the brother said, I hope Trump meets the Green Reaper soon. Yeah, he's gonna see. Here's the thing, man. America gonna reap what they sow, man. He's gonna see the Green Reapers soon. You know, saying all this, fam. America, man, they facing very hard rock and hard place right now, man. And it seemed like that they can't get this thing together, man. You know, and they think that no eye is on them. See, the God, brothers and sisters, I want to say we serve, he got real physical eyes and ears. And he's always capable of listening on what they say and do. See, his power is to defeat our plan and purpose. See the wicked, when they think today that they are mighty in God, when they think they can thwart his plan and purpose till he comes, who right it is to rule. And never no more will the earth be let out to these land owners because they show y'all. See, when God try you at it, they haven't been successful at it. So we in a time where we're seeing a new change and a new world to come. See this old world, you know, it has to die, it has to fade in order for a new world coming. That's why we live in a world where people is not satisfied. Crime is at an ultimate high, and people going ludicrous. And you see it, man. You see it. People about had it. People about lost their cool. Let's go.
NATO.
Well, I'm gonna have to look at it. They're gonna be briefing me in a short while, so I'll let you know about it tonight or tomorrow.
What's your take?
Well, I don't love it. I don't like it when that happens. It could be big trouble. But I'll let you know later. They're gonna brief me in about an hour.
And a follow-up on Charlie Kirk, there's been a lot of talk about free speech this week. Do you see a difference between cancel culture and consequence culture?
I mean, your question's a little trick question. I'm a very strong person for free speech. At the same time, when you have networks that where I won an election, like in counties, I guess it's 2,600 to 525. It's called landslide. A landslide times two. When you have that level of popularity or voter support, as I did in the last election, and yet 97 and 94%, different numbers. You see different numbers with different stats. But 97, 94, 95, 96% of the people are against me in the sense of the newscasts are against me.
I strongly agree. Yeah, Trump should stick to business, not politics. Yeah, I strongly agree, y'all. Because you know we got a president that don't, his mind is not set, y'all. You know what I mean? I think for some reason people think he's declining in age. You know what I mean? He's deteriorating his. You know what I mean? That's not just his age; his health becomes a concern. You know, a lot of people coming to me saying that, well, they don't don't think Trump have a long time. You know, I'm starting to hear a lot of things from people, man, on the social media, man. People saying that, yeah, his health is a issue, and really people don't think that he have long, man. You know, I know y'all seen the Simpson prediction. You know, they had a prediction of Trump. You know, and it didn't look good, y'all. It really didn't look good. You know, it's not looking good, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. It's a lot of y'all praise these people, man, and it's sad how y'all go about praising these people like they got the source, like they got the solution to make the world a better place, bro. I just want to say, bro, we are coming into some most dreadful times. Y'all about to start seeing a fallout here, man. And I keep telling y'all, man, these people don't even have our interests. They're not in the best of our interests no more, man. America sold us out, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, they sold us out. Oh yeah, they sold us out. Y'all about to start figuring things out on your own when when this country started being like unaffordable for you. That's what they doing. They trying to force us out because it's starting to be unaffordable. But I'm here to say, y'all, we're gonna see some great things to come on this earth. In order for a change to come, this old world we see gotta die. It's gotta rot. It's gotta die in order for a new world to come in. And it's like the people, they willing to burn this thing down. You know, the sad thing is when America never believed in a democracy, and I looked into the story of Samson. Samson, he didn't care if it was civilized, you know what I mean, civilization left behind him or not, because he was willing to get even with his mockers. America, when I look at the January insurrection, when I seen those was Trump supporters storm to that Capitol, that shows me America never wanted a democracy. They ruined their own democracy. So the people you seen the people is gonna burn this thing down, man. Before the going gets tough, y'all. God is gonna allow us to fight with America. And then God's in the hands where He's gonna fight for us. But I say this to say this to all my viewers. You know, there was a small band of the Israelites fought versus another band that didn't fight. In the Quran, it says fighting is mentioned to those who may dislike it. We're going to have to fight our way through. We're going to have to fight our way through in the hands of these oppressors. Because God's going to fight our fight. He's not going to leave us alone. Because God is going to take up the fight. But we too got to fight too. We too got to fight. And see, I'm not talking a fight. See, we seeing a fight of violence out here in America. We seeing a whole, you know what I mean, high crime of shootings. You never seen shoot like it. You know this look, y'all. They had a little white club going on, and there was a mass shooting that's going on. There's shooting going on throughout America, y'all. At a country club, a shooting took place. Now I'm concerned. I don't know about you. You should be concerned because not only we gotta look into Memphis, Chicago, Los Angeles, all of these, you know what I mean, states that Trump is aiming at, but we got all the problems right in front of us, right in all the other states that we see You may not hear shootings be coming at a country club, where shootings may not be common. It's crazy, y'all. How crazy things sound. It's crazy. Let's go.
The stories are 90, they said 97% bad. So they give me 97. They'll take a great story and they'll make it bad. See, I think that's illegal, personally. You can't have a free airwaves. You're getting free airwaves from the United States government. You can't have that and say, and somebody that just won an election, and I had to go through this during the election. I think it's a miracle that I can win when 97% of the story is on.
It ain't that I'm speeding up propaganda. But it's like America is based on propaganda. Gender. The sad thing, y'all don't see what's coming. I see what's coming. I see something's gonna approach in October. And something that's gonna approach Earth is gonna get close to Earth. But the tail of it, y'all, the tail of this object, a lot of people are saying it's meteorite. A lot of people think it's an asteroid going to visit. A lot of people think it's the mother plane. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. It's going to get close to Earth, but it leaving a tail. It's leaving a trace behind. So expect to see meteorites, y'all. It's gonna be meteorite. Excuse me. It's gonna be meteorites hitting in certain states. So, saying this to you, it's going to approach Earth, but it's going to leave a trail behind. I'm telling you, people are talking about these strange meteorites. They say it might be a piece of asteroid. I mean, people saying all kinds of stuff. Spacecraft, a piece, a piece of, spacecraft going to drop on the, on the Earth. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, people that been hearing these sounds throughout the state. It's a sonic boom sound. I'm telling you, something gonna approach Earth. And saying this to you, when it comes to NASA and CERN, they can't stop what's coming, y'all. Because these things, they go through our solar system. And so, saying this, y'all, they tried to, try to intercept it. They tried to shoot it with a missile. And I'm going to tell y'all, man, this spacecraft is not to be played with. This is a mother plane not to be played with. And this mother, see, the mother plane scientists know what you think before you want to shoot it down. See, the President Trump, the sad thing, I remember, Trump said shoot him down. See, America, here's the problem we have, y'all. America have so many planes flying out to our cities. So if you look into Isaiah 18 verse 1, it says, whom to the land that shadow with rain. See, America, she has so much plane flying throughout her cities on a daily. But this is a mother of them all. See, this mother plane is the mother of them all. See, this not just a plane. You just think that you can just use any kind of heavy artillery to shoot it down. Now, I don't know if y'all heard, but there was reports that They tried to shoot this object, they say, and it bounced. The bullet, I guess the missile, I'm saying bullet, but the missile just bounced from this object. I tell y'all, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. We in trouble because if they want to come here to wipe us out, look, it wouldn't be no problem. It wouldn't be no problem they have. I said America always, I tell you, always been in trouble. Because a mother plane, it comes 40 miles through Earth gravity. It can produce, you know what I mean, all this oxygen, you know what I mean, hydrogen. See, the mother plane, it goes wherever it desire to go. See, the white man, they gotta know that this is not a plane to play with, because other planes come out of this plane. See, the scientists have no knowledge. They have no knowledge that they can't intercept it. If this thing wanted to just decide to come and destroy humanity, it can. It can without having any problems. Because it's so advanced. See, anything can get into our soul systems and things like that. They can't control that, y'all. They have no power. These people have no power. See, when it comes to God, see, God is using the power of His force in nature. When it comes to power, they have no power to control what's out there. They have no power can control the heavens and earth. Now let's go.
The networks are bad, or whatever it may be, whether it's 89, doesn't matter. It's a tremendous number. You know it, you report it all the time, and it changes. But when you have that kind of negative reporting, fake and negative reporting, when they take a great story and they make it into a bad story constantly, that's what they do. Look, 60 Minutes took Kamala's answer and they threw it out and they gave her a different answer so that she sounded confident. When things like that happen, George Slopadopoulos from your network, right? George Slopadopoulos had to pay $16 million to me because of what he said. And that's ABC. You had to pay more than that. Your network had to pay more than that. So I think it's very sad. But I think that reporting has to be at least accurate to an extent. Again, when somebody is given 97% of the stories are bad about a person, that's no longer free speech. It's no longer, that's just cheating. And they cheat. And they become really members of the Democrat National Committee. That's what they are, the networks, in my opinion. They're just offshoots of the Democrat National Committee.
Leave costs roughly zero hedge. People are still anticipating who your pick for national security advisor will be. They're worried Marco Rubio is a little overworked, and one of the reported front runners is Michael Anton from the State Department. He's just authored the national security strategy. Also in the mix is Mike Flynn and Steve Witkoff. Can you give us an indication?
We'll make a decision soon. But we're doing very well. You know, I settled 7 wars, more than that, I think. But actually, we settled 7 wars. I have working on Gaza, a tough one, but we'll get it done somehow. And we're also working with Russia, Ukraine, and they hate each other so much you wouldn't believe it. President Putin and President Zelensky, they hate each other to a level that you wouldn't believe. So we're having a little bit of a problem with it.
Are you considering Stephen Moran for Fed chair?
Clayton Powell is terrible. It's terrible. Chair, I think it's just terrible. But despite that, we're powering through it. We had another record stock market today. We're very, very high levels, and we're at the highest levels. So we're setting records many, many days during my administration. We've set records.
You know, I look at, when it comes looking at white America, you know what I mean, these people, they ain't gonna be able to save their own people. When this going gets tough, man, they ain't gonna be able to save their own people. You seeing it now, y'all. Their own people is suffering. And see, I've been telling y'all, man, FEMA's not coming out no more. These insurance companies, when they see the cost of a natural disaster, when it comes to trillions of damages, when it comes to natural disaster, these people is going to really pock up a lot of these funds, these funds and programs that they've been having, y'all. They pocking up everything these last minutes, y'all. They pack, you know what I mean? They packing up everything, man. Because why, y'all? Why are they doing it? Because look, man, Secretary Carolina said, you know what I mean, during the death of Charlie assassination in Utah, there was a 4.1 magnitude earthquake. They know prophecy is here, y'all. They know a fulfillment is here, y'all. So America is carving out a future for you. She's carving out a future for a lot of American people. And it's like, how can y'all not see this, man? How can y'all not see what's going on? The storms, the rain, the floods, the tornadoes, the fire. And it's like all day long. See, this is why Isaiah says, the prophet, all day long I have stuck out my hands to a disobedient people, man. How y'all cannot see what's going on, man? Y'all act like see this is how I say, man, we dealing with a lot of Americans that just been lied to, man. Y'all don't see the lies. Y'all don't hear all the lies that you've been promised. Y'all are hearing all the lies they said to you. So I say this to you. They want to control you when they can't control you anymore. They want to keep a tab on you when they can't keep a tab on you. See, they want to keep you intact when they can't keep you intact. They want to hold you as a ransom, but they can't hold you no more. Jesus suffered his life as a ransom. And they want to hold black people as ransom. For what? Our Father did the labor for you. Let our people go, man. Do us a favor, man. Hand us our 48, you know what I mean, acres. Hand us our mules. Give us a few of these states where we can well, you know what I mean, have for you know what I mean, for our loved ones. You know what I mean, our children's, man. See, this is not a permanent place, man. When I look at America don't have a permanent place. She don't have a permanent place for herself, man. America is not a permanent place, y'all. It's not a place. See, when the going gets tough, y'all. When the going gets tough, this is not a permanent place. This is temporary, y'all. A temporary place where we all standing in. See, these is white people for you. These white folks for you, man. These white people are speeding up the whole process. See, when their own scientists say, "Well, the Earth is speeding up," but why? But why is speeding up? If they can tell you the Earth is speeding up, then why it is speeding up? We going back to rewind time. We going back to set our clocks. We going back to look at that sun. When they said the Earth is speeding up, we looking at that clockwise. Because everything is turning, tables is turning. That means the table is turning. That means Satan's kingdom, has come to an end. When we start looking at the Earth is speeding up, we looking at everything is turning clockwise. Now, how long now, brothers and sisters? How long do you think we got? If we going through a whole globally change, now, how long? Now, how long do we got to prepare? Cause they don't, you know what I mean? They don't have no preparation. They don't have a day for you to prepare. They just don't. Because America, they don't have a future for themselves. How can they try to carve out a future when they don't have a future for themselves? Let's go.
We'll see what happens with 50,000. 50,000 is a pretty big number. Never come close. We're not so far away from it. So it's because they see what's happening. Not so much what's happening exactly right now, but they see all the plans that are being built. They say you see the kind of investment that's going to be made. When you take $17 trillion, so Biden had 250 billion. Okay, putting it in a simpler way, they had much less than $1 trillion, but they had less than $1 trillion for 4 years. I have 17 trillion for 8 months. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And I think they're looking at that and they're saying, when those plants open right now, they're being built. A lot of them. Some are starting over the next year. It takes a while, but we're getting fast permits. And when those plants get built, I don't think there'll be anything like
Subject to free speech. Ted Cruz compared Brendan Carr to a mob boss, the way he's threatening television stations and saying it's absolutely dangerous for the government to determine which speech is okay and which is not. What's your reaction to Ted Cruz?
I think Brendan Carr is an incredible American patriot with courage. It used to be, I remember in the old days that networks would have to get licensed, relicensed, and it was always a big deal. They had to show honesty and integrity. When you have a network, again, I'll use the same numbers, whether it's 90, 94, 97, all different numbers, but when you have networks that give somebody 97% bad publicity, or 94% bad publicity, I think that's dishonesty. And they're getting free airwaves, right? You know that, right? They get it for nothing. These airwaves that make millions and millions of dollars. The news makes millions of dollars. ABC, your network wrote very badly about me. They had to pay me $16 million.
So do you think it was a right for the Brendan Carr's a right to take away the license?
I think Brendan Carr is a courageous person. I think Brendan Carr doesn't like to see the airwaves be used illegally and incorrectly and purposely, horribly. Doesn't like to see a person that won the election in a landslide get 97% bad publicity before the election. I mean, it's amazing that I won the election with that. But here's what happened. The people have given your networks no credibility. They don't give them any credibility, John. If they did, they wouldn't vote for me. They wouldn't have voted for me. When you look at, you could also say the liberal media, the liberal left, when you look at these When they take it, that's, well, I think the people decide, that's why I'm president. When they take when they take a great success, like you often do, and you make it into like it's a loser, or you put a negative spin on it, I don't think that's right. So I think Brendan Carr is a great American patriot, so I disagree with Ted Cruz. I'll be at the UN, I'll be making speeches.
Hey, black people are tired. They are fed up, man. I be seeing black people on social media. They fed up. They about had it seeing white America when it comes to, you know what I mean, our political leaders, when it comes to, you know what I mean, governments, politicians, you know what I mean, Congress, senators, you know what I mean, when it comes to police. I think black people, we are fed up with white America, y'all. To a degree, man. When we look at it, economic system, legal system, you know what I mean, spiritual, cultural, you know what I mean. We fed up, man. We fed up here, man. I get to a point. I'm tired of seeing history repeat itself. I'm tired of seeing, you know what I mean. Our votes, it just don't count today, y'all. How hard you been as an American citizen, as a black man or a black woman here in America, you go back to the poll, election days. You go cash in your votes as though your vote would count today. To go back to vote for a right ruler, for him to put the chain on you. Again, he don't mind putting the chain on you again. He don't mind making things complicated. He don't mind, you know what I mean, seeing you struggle as American. The struggle, y'all, the struggle is just getting started, y'all. The struggle here in America is real. They know you can't leave, you know what I mean, without them handing you anything. If people had the money, they would want to leave America immediately. If a lot of people had the money, a lot of people will want to leave this nasty country. People will want to leave America, man. They don't look, man. This the policy. We're not accepting these policies, y'all. I'm not accepting no Uncle Tom, Sam, Tom, Dick, and Harry, man. Do you know how long they've been collecting when it comes to, you know what I mean, child support, all this? You got IRS, and, you know what I mean? They've been doing this for a long time, coming into our home, breaking up the homes, and all this crap, man. They've been making, you know, they made black people where y'all came here, y'all just stole. Y'all thieves, y'all stole. Y'all want us continue to put money back in your hands after y'all got all this fucking money? Y'all some dogs, man. Y'all some dogs, man. Y'all some dogs that been let out, you know what I mean? Been let out, you know what I mean, off the latch, man. Running around here, man. Barking at everything, man. Y'all some dogs, man. You know what I mean? Y'all got blisters, fevers. Come on, man. That's why if you look at Europe, no wonder Europe is one of the most lewdness of character people. No wonder y'all bring all these type of diseases and all this stuff y'all bring here, man. Y'all the nastiest people, man. Y'all see it's white people that have sex with animals, man. Y'all that design have sex with pigs, cows, all these things. That's why it's this. You know how sick these people are. Y'all rather try all this experiment Y'all didn't have scientists, you know what I mean? I want y'all to listen. They scientists, you know what I mean? They have, when it comes to experience on how best to kill human beings by the million. And you see where Anthony Fauci, he stepped down. You see how he killed millions of Americans. He's not tried. See, we live in a country where mainly we see, you know what I mean, predominant right race people. Y'all going straight down the hell. I'm telling y'all, man. I don't feel sorry no more. I do not feel sorry no more. I don't, because hell is a appointed spot. It's hot. And see, the only thing y'all can say good is, oh, won't you move back to Africa? You don't like this? Nah, I want y'all move. Y'all take y'all nasty, dirty stuff back to Europe. See, concentrate on that continent, else concentrate, you know what I mean, on your death. You know what I mean, instead of your life, because you can't no longer rule over us. You can't no longer dictate, tell us what to do. See, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, and I don't care what you two do. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it straight, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm not gonna say a lie to you. God hates American whites. I don't care how y'all look at it. God hates American whites, and he's threatened to remove them. See, God is going to kill this white man. That's how much God hates this wicked American white man. Just look at the weather. Look at his furious anger on America. Just look at the weather, man. Because it's been a year thou far God been pledging America, we see, with storms, rain, hail, earthquakes, fire. And these pledges are visiting America by, you know what I mean, Almighty God, Allah. See, our people have no knowledge of the book and can make great error and going with the deceivers of this world. I said again, our people can make great error in going right along with the murderers, the deceivers, man. Because white America is wicked beyond your mind imagination. They can't carve out a future. They don't have a permanent future for you. These people don't have a future for themselves, so how can they carve out a future? When he's fascinate the Negro in every public news, media, cheap daily newspaper, magazine. And we see today the Negro, you know what I mean, is deceived. And see, when we look, you know what I mean, when it comes to him giving you a TV job, the black man is on the radio 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? 7 days a week. He's talking with you about your personal life, about your sexual life, about your sex preference. If his plan not to get you to join them, you got politicians, black politicians, will be given jobs over his own black people. And the master says, I'll give you this position if it would take you to cut off your own brother's head. See, black people are given such position in the political. You know what I mean? Black politicians are given jobs. for a few perishable dollars from a race whose time have come to an end. Black people are willing to take such positions. So I don't want their filthy money, man. I don't want nothing they got. Especially when you see a time is coming. Their time have come. They can't ignore it. They can't avoid it. Let's go.
Any of them. Well, just the basic.
Syria, the land.
World peace. Nobody's done a better job than I've done in world peace. Nobody's settled so many wars as I have. You know, I've been here probably a little bit more than 8 months, and I've settled 7, and that doesn't include the destruction of a vast potential nuclear disaster in Iran, which we wiped out totally, as I say, obliterated. We obliterated. It's turned red with this beautiful flag right here. Ordered some more of them, by the way. The B-2 bomber. It's some more, the more updated version. Not that we needed that. See the plane, because it was so flawless. These pilots flew 37 hours flawlessly. Not an engine problem, not a screw, not a bolt that came loose. It was an amazing. Compare that to many years ago, Jimmy Carter, same country, with the helicopters and problems and the prisoners and the hostages. What a mess. You know, these planes flew 37 hours without a stop. They fueled up. We had 52 tankers fueling the planes along the way. It was an incredible. And every single bomb hit its mark. And then we fired 30 of them from a submarine.
Instead of spending up to $50 on generic Viagra, you can get this new 100 milligram max strength generic Viagra for only 87 cents from Friday Plans. And here's exactly why you should. It's the exact same one.
What a job that was. And I don't even include that, but that stopped the war. That stopped maybe a catastrophic war. So, you know, I think that nobody has ever done anywhere near that. Now, on top of that, we're working very hard to get Russia, Ukraine settled. We'll see what's going to happen there. We're going to get it done. President Xi and I spoke to him about it, and I believe that he really would like to see it done also. And I think he's going to work with us now. Well, it's the same as his message to me. He would like to see it done. He would like to see it. I believe he would like to see it ended. Yes, I do believe.
These two wars that you were talking about, Gaza and Ukraine, are escalating at the same time. You're going to take the stage and you went back on the stage after these years. Do you plan to setting any kind of red lines for the super countries that you said before? You were frustrated with Putin. Are you also
We
frustrated
have a
with
long
Netanyahu?
time to go before I get up and speak at the UN because every day is a long time when it comes to Gaza, when it comes to Israel and the Middle East. So we have a long time to go, but you know a lot of my opinions. And remember this, you can't forget October 7th either. People are forgetting October 7th. They forget it too quickly. That was one of the worst days in world history. It was the most evil attack.
All right, you guys. You know, I'm about to get ready to close this live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing and sharing this video, man. Nothing good gonna come from America, though. Nothing good gonna come from this nation, y'all. Nothing good gonna come out of her. Her time has come, y'all. God's gonna push the people into the center of this earth. I want you guys to realize that God is gonna bring this nation to a nothing. So you guys just make sure you keep your faith in God. Be vigilant. Be self-centered. Be, you know what I mean? Sound mind. Have sound mindness. And just be ready. You know what I mean? Because y'all, America's on the brink of a fall. So, my word to you. For more updates, please stay subscribed. We out.